Thank you for joining me on this nostalgic journey through 2010. It was a fun year and I shared it with some great people. It set the stage for what would be the most intense period of growth and change in my life. The next 4 years were a roller coaster. The start of 2011 was much like 2010, having fun, skateboarding, and trying to film as much as possible. But then everything changed. At the end of April, whilst back in Newport during the Easter break, God spoke to me through a verse in the Bible that was being read out loud. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot partake of the Lord's table and of the table of demons. In order to justify whatever I felt like doing, I'd made my conscience hard and dull. But instantly, after hearing these words, I felt convicted of my sin. I was living a hypocritical life, calling myself a Christian, but doing things I knew were wrong, trying to maximize my comfort and avoid responsibility. The sin that I was trying to ignore, God took very seriously. He took it so seriously that he went to the lengths of sacrificing himself so that my sin could be paid for and I could know him. Our sin separates us from God and it needs to be dealt with. And the only way that that's possible is through Jesus taking the punishment that we deserve for our sin upon himself. God was so kind to me. Instead of letting me live a self-centered and pointless life, he completely changed my direction. From that point on, there was a huge amount of change in my life. And I'm sorry if that change scared some of you, but I'm very glad I did change. This was only the start of the journey. There were some other big life events coming up that God was going to help me through. Over the next few years, both my mum and my uncle died of cancer, and my good friend Jordan died in a car crash. I also got engaged, graduated, and married. It was an intense 4 years. So with that context, I want to revisit the original question that inspired this video diary. If you can't remember a day you've lived in the past, then did you waste it? At one point I thought yes, but now I say no. Forgotten does not necessarily mean wasted. Although I had the wrong answer before, it was still a very helpful question to grapple with, because it's a question that makes you figure out your definition of time being wasted and not wasted. You have been given a set amount of time to live. How are you going to use it? Now, to make sure you don't waste your life, you need to know the meaning of life. God, the one who made you, says that the purpose of your life is to glorify God. Whether that's writing an email or drinking a glass of water. The difference between that time being wasted and not wasted is whether or not you use that time for the glory of God. With God, even the most trivial tasks can be far more meaningful than an adventurous life lived without God. And even people living with terrible illnesses or in terrible circumstances can find peace, joy, and contentment in that. I wasted a lot of time in 2010, and hopefully remembering that will help me not waste the time I still have left. Don't waste your life.
It's not enough, it's not enough. Even in the night from earth. The ones you love, you only hurt the ones you love. Every day and night from earth. I find my place back at the table, back in my usual chair, and everything's gonna be fine. What's my problem? I need repair.
I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Can I push the button?
If you want to.
Bye, Brad.